Alright guys, I'm Alum Eze Collins, your favorite forex trader and signal provider known as Trade with Collins. I always bring you tips to teach you more on what you need to know about forex trading and how to be profitable in this forex game. So today we are going to look at maximizing our profit each time we trade, and I discovered a lot of persons keep talking about risk management and only few persons pay attention to how you can actually maximize your profit and make huge money out of this forex game. So I discovered that a lot of traders, out of 10 trades they place, they actually win up to 6 or 7 in their trades. But because of that emotional attachment they have to trade and they have to their trades, they keep on placing trade, and after a while, once they see it on profit, they jump out of the trade only to regret why they left early. So when they see such thing, they tend to enter the trade again without even checking their bias or why they left the trade. So they keep fluctuating, entering a trade and jumping out of a trade. Before you know it, it leads to them blowing up their account. What we actually mean by maximizing your trade is the proper way or technique we call partial closing. So I want you guys to understand the concept behind this partial closing. For you to partial close a trade, it means that a trade is on profit and you used a bigger lot size. So when it is on profit, you can actually say, oh, now that this trade is on profit, I want to take part of that profit and still leave the trade running. When you place a trade with 5 lot size and the trade is giving you something like $50 or let me say $100 profit, you can actually say, now that it's giving you $100 profit, let me go away with $50 profits and leave the remaining still running. So you can actually be taking your profit bit by bit that way until you keep hitting your take profit 1, take profit 2, and take profit 3, as the case may be. So that as you are doing it that way, you are also reducing your risk and you are also bringing down your stop loss to your entry level, therefore making your trade risk-free. So at this point, if you want to maximize your profit, that means you are using a big lot size that is bigger than the micro lot size, which is 0.01. So if you place a trade with 0.0, more than 0.01, and the trade enters on profit, so you can actually say, now the trade is on profit, let me reduce the lot size with the technique I'm going to show you this way using a small account so you can understand better how it is done. So you can just reduce your lot size to that, and then once you reduce your lot size, you see that you have started maximizing your profit. You can say, okay, now that you have removed your lot size, you can leave the trade to stay over till any time that you want. So when you reduce your lot size, you can also bring down your stop loss to your entry level. By bringing down your stop loss to your entry level, what it means is whenever the trade is going back or pulling back or going in the wrong direction against you, if you reach the entry level it will automatically take you out of the market. Therefore, you didn't lose, but you also still took something away from the market. So if you were on profit of $20 and the trade and you partial closed, taking half of the profit, that means you took $10 away from the market. If the trade starts going back, if it reaches the entry level and you made your entry level, now you are stop loss, it will just take you out of the market. But in most cases, trades don't go back to the entry level. It will continue to go down to your direction. So that is why you need to maximize your profit when you are on trade. So it's not wise when you see a small profit, you jump out of the market and again, you feel that the trade is still going in your direction, you jump in the market without proper analysis again. So sometimes what preoccupies our brain in trading is the idea that, oh, we've done this analysis before. So if Euro USD is on a sell, it will continue to sell. So if you enter a trade in with 0.0, if you enter a particular trade and you jump out of that trade, you see yourself in that urge to still enter the trade again because you feel, oh, it has so deeply and it will continue to sell that way without doing another analysis. But if you start maximizing your profit, you will see that when you enter a particular trade, you just leave the trade to run for a long time while you keep maximizing and readjusting your stop loss. So this is the game, the technique behind partial closing and maximizing profit. So these partial closing and maximizing profits are going to be in 2 different lessons, which I'm going to reveal to you. Now I'm going to talk about how to partial close your trade. In case you are on a profit in any trade, you just say, okay, now I'm on profit, let me just take part of the profit. You just take part of the profit and still leave the trade still running. So the trade will still go to your direction other than closing everything and jumping out of the trade immediately. Instead of closing all the trade and then losing out because you don't know the potential of the market, whether the market will still continue to sell deep down or still continue to buy deep up, then the only option that you have to do is to partial close the trade. By partial closing, I mean taking part of the profit that is running in that trade. So what I'm going to do now is to click hold on this trade. So at this point, what I will need to do is to click hold on this. When I click hold on this now, I will now click on close position. So at the point where I click on close position, I will now come to this lot size place for lot size, and reduce the lot size, divide it by 2. So if I was using something like 0.1, that's 0.10, I would use it to 0.05 or use it to 0.02. So by doing that, what I'm doing is I'm cutting part of the profit of the trade that is running. So at this point now, I was using 0.02, so I'm going to divide it by 2 to reduce 0.01. So what will happen is that once I close this trade now, it's going to take part of my profit, which is if I'm making $20 now, it's going to reduce it to like $10, and then that remaining $10 will be on a running trade, while the other $10 will enter my wallet, my trading capital, so equity. That's how it's done. So at this point, I have partial closed this trade. Partial closing meaning that I have taken part of the profit, which is this 0.0 by 0.01. So if I now come to this trade history now, so this is what it will show me, 0.01. That's the one I have partial closed.